Last question. What does patriotism mean to you?
Oh, patriotism means a great deal to me. Obviously, everybody in this country appreciates this country for what it is. They appreciate, most people I should say, appreciate the fact that they're able to have the freedoms in this country because of the nature of our form of government. There is nothing more important to the United States of America, to the people of Wisconsin, to be able to protect our government, protect our country, and be proud of our country. Patriotism means a lot because it's the opportunity for people to stand up and say, you know what, I appreciate our history, I appreciate our government, I appreciate what it all stands for. And when you start to lose that patriotic bent, you start to lose your focus, people become less active in government, and government starts to deteriorate. So the fact, if there's one good thing that came out of September 11th, it's that it increased patriotism in this country, and I think it's something that our country was long overdue for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell you what I'm going to do, and then no matter what the circumstance, I will go out and do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and then deliver on it. I think that's important.
What do you think should be the most important issue in this next election?
I think there's really two themes, taxes and trust. The fact that Jim Doyle's failed to deliver on taxes, and in my case, I don't just talk about or vote on it for 4 straight budgets. I've actually delivered real property tax relief, and arguably the toughest place in the state to do it. The larger issue is just trust. And you see all these ethics scandals and all the other things that Jim Doyle's been involved with. I think the question has to be asked is, can we trust Jim Doyle for the next 4 years? I don't think we can. And again, my track record has shown that I deliver on that. I run a high moral ship, and we've done things that allow voters in my area and now in the statewide area to be able to trust that we'll get the job done.
Okay. And what are some of the things that make you more qualified than your opponent?
In the primary, at least, it's a matter of background and experience. What I do as an elected county executive is essentially exactly the same things that the governor does. I have a cabinet, I have a veto, I introduce a budget every year, I have department heads that report to me. The buck stops with me. It's not enough just to vote on things or talk about them, you actually have to deliver. And when I talk about, for example, taxes, people don't have to wonder if I can deliver on that. I actually have, and again, and arguably the toughest place in the state to do that. And so I think that's a huge difference. The other part is, again, about the debate. That I think if it's Doyle versus the congressman, it becomes Washington versus Madison. If it's me versus Doyle, it becomes my record, I think a very good record, versus the failed record of Jim Doyle.
And last question, what does patriotism mean to you?
Well, patriotism, I think, is much greater than just politics or partisanship. It's really about loving your country and wanting to do the things that honor the very people who founded this country and the people over the years who've, in many cases, laid down their lives to make sure that we can take those freedoms for granted, which sadly we all too often do. But that's why there's ultimately got to be a larger respect for those ideals and those guidelines.